this is Kay, and we're from Coventry University. I'm here with Stephen Ma, who's head of source photography. Also, we're here with Little Comets. So, hiya.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself to our students?
I'm called Rob and I sing and play guitar.
I'm called Matt and I play bass and sing a bit. Because I sing guitar.
Alright, okay. And so, what was the inspiration behind the Little Comets?
I don't know. Me and Mickey, who plays guitar, and he's not here. He's detained elsewhere. We started playing music together when we were just really little, and my dad used to sing songs, his songs that he wrote, but that's not me dad in the background.
That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it, if it was that?
No, he used to write his own songs, but just because it's what he liked doing. So when we started playing, I think we were a bit like, try and be like my dad and write songs. So that's how we started, and then we just went through different bands from being like 12 and 13, and then eventually Matt used to keep popping his head in the rehearsal room, and he's just a really nice person. It is a really nice person.
I used to be a lot worse. I think I've got a bit nicer.
And so we needed a bass player, and Matt played guitar, so it was close enough. So I said, do you want to join the band? And unfortunately for him, he said yes.
Alright, that's cool.
So that's it, really.
Oh, yes. And so if you, for some reason, you couldn't be called Little Comets, what would you then be called?
I don't know. We'd probably...
Purgatory.
I don't know.
You don't know. Alright, that's cool. Okay.
No, I'd literally, I would take a lot, I don't know.
Alright, the other day, we for a phone conversation, you said that you liked the name Little Comets, and it was like your friend on MSN that you decided to grab the name from.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, it's I don't think we're very good at coming up with names for bands, but I like the sound of it. I don't know.
This is going very well. Okay, so coming down to your songs. So this is one particular song that I really had to ask you about. So when I was about 15, and I was singing the song out loud at home, and I got grounded for it. So I need to know, what is the story, the motivation behind Adultery?
It's just it's not about anybody that we know, but it's just about a relationship that's kind of fallen apart because of adultery. And I suppose there's lots of different ways of saying adultery, but it worked for the the four syllables of the chorus, so that just got stuck in my head. So then when I sat down to write the lyrics, I just kind of wrote lots and lots of verses about almost the point of view of an object in the room, just kind of watching a scene unfold, like a kitchen sink drama type of thing, and that's where it came from. So it's not based on any personal experience, it's just...
Right, yeah.
I think the first album I did tend to hide behind characters a lot, because I wasn't really that confident about giving an opinion on something, so it was quite easy just to, imagine yourself as a chair in a room watching something vaguely interesting unfold.
Alright. And what about songs like Joanna and Jennifer? Are they prominent people?
I'd say Joanna and Jennifer are exactly the same as Adultery. I think when a lot of the songs were written, we were in a rehearsal room, and when you know what the chorus is going to be, you just tell by the way the melody lifts, but lyrics-wise, I'll sing nonsense, and it's quite easy to attach names to choruses because you've got a defined number of syllables and it just sticks. So for a rehearsal room, it's great to do that, and then when you go away, often with Joanna and Jennifer, you kind of have the idea of a character in your mind, and then you can write the song around this idea of a person. So that's what those songs are about. It's not anybody. Again, it's not anybody that.
So just
I wish it was. Like, it'd probably be much better if I but
no.
It's not.
Alright. And so the song Salt from your extended play is about the little boy, Daniel Pelker, from Coventry. And so not many of us know the story behind it. So if you'd like to elaborate on that and the feelings that you must have been through while writing the song and the darkness of it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's quite strange, because I'd say with the lyrics for that one, I'd heard about this little boy and how tragic it was, but I hadn't really delved beneath the news report. So I kind of set out to to not, it wasn't going to be like a critical song, but just to try and tell this little boy's story. So the more I read about it, it's so complicated, and it speaks a lot about society at the minute, I think, and the way that by making such swaging cuts on things, you really do literally affect people's lives. And that I think it's really important that with social services, when they're under so much pressure at the minute, that the key is having really joined up thinking with the police, with education, with health services, and that just didn't happen in that case. And I don't think it's as easy just to say, well, it was down to the social workers, or it was down to the school, or because there was a social worker called a really prominent social worker called Eileen Munro who wrote about it, and she said if she'd have been a social worker, she wouldn't necessarily have picked up the signs, because it was such a unique case. But I think what comes across when you read I read the serious case review, and it's just firstly how poverty can really put a lot of pressure on people's lives, and that's something that we create by making cuts and just not really thinking about the people who have the least in society, and also about how that places social services, which are key and crucial, under so much pressure as well. And it's just so complicated, and that's just one single case. But above all, that little boy he didn't have a voice. At no point in his life did anybody, he didn't have the ability to speak, and it's just like, I'm a dad, and it's just reading it, what was hard about reading the case review as well is it was really graphic, but not in the language it used. The language was so cold. It was emptied of emotion, because it had to be. But the things that it was describing in just pretty basic language that happened to this beautiful little boy, it was just like, it's just so sad, really.
Yeah. So salt was like very prominent in the whole situation as well, because
that's why it's called Salt, because one of the things that his mother did, and his stepdad did as punishment, that he was forced to eat salt. It's just like,
that is really sad. Oh well, taking things to the lighter side now.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so if you could spend a day with Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix,
I'm sure that's life.
and
Yeah.
and Freddie Mercury, who would it be?
I just have to say Freddie Mercury, because I just think with the other two you could probably imagine what would happen, but with Freddie Mercury,
No idea. I mean,
you would go on a journey.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Just fun central.
Alright, and if you could swap your human hand for a robotic one, what would its primary function be? But it can't be playing the guitar.
You'd hope if it was a robotic hand, it would be able to do more than. I think I'd keep. If I could only do one thing, I'd just say, nah.
Primary function.
I'd like it to be a hand. The
Um,
primary function is being a hand.
Just be a.
I'd like it to be really good at throwing, but like ridiculous distances.
With accuracy.
Just hoy a tennis ball 2 miles. That's all I like.
With accuracy though, or just to be able to chuck
No,
2
just
2
I
miles.
don't mind where it goes. Just imagine if you got that, you're just like, hey, watch this, and just pick up a tennis ball and just launch it 2 miles.
Oh gosh.
It'd be pretty good, that.
Yeah, everyone would be really impressed.
Mickey would be.
He'd try and bet you, even without his robotic hand.
Oh wow. Okay.
You asked, so it's not our question.
Alright, okay. Oh gosh, I'm gonna dread the next question. Alright, anyways. So, you're stranded on an island, alright? And so you happen to have a CD player, like, so very convenient.
And a plug socket,
yeah.
And a plug socket, yeah, or just a Walkman. Yeah, and so what 3 CDs would you play? And you happen to have 3 CDs with you as well.
Any chance?
Top of my head,
Reckon this?
can I have one each? And then go in between.
Got
I'll have Bookends by Simon and Garfunkel.
I'll have Access Borders Love.
What do you think Mickey would have?
I think Mickey would probably have some sort of like maybe a Stephen Hawking book, but just like the audio CD of it.
That's class. I never thought of that. Of an
Oh.
audio book.
That's That's funny. Okay.
It's
Probably
good
would.
idea.
Speaking of CDs, so tell us something about your latest album. Hope it's just a state of mind.
It's not finished yet. Yeah, it's getting there. Which is kind of all the songs are there. They just need to be pieced together. I think the recording process is really important for us because we kind of decide at that point whether a song's good or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's often quite hard because you always get to a point where a song's always on the cusp, and then you decide that it's awful, and then you'll have an hour where, well, hopefully you have an hour where you bring it round and it becomes good again. But when you're in that zone of total uncertainty, it's the worst place to be. So that's a bit where we are at the minute.
Right.
But we'll get through it. We'll get through the fog.
Alright.
Snoop Doggy type.
Yeah, is that what he says? Really?
Yeah.
That whole
No,
paragraph.
not about the album and stuff. But no.
get through the fog.
Aye, yeah, just about.
Okay, so drawing this to the close, how would you say it is going on tours? So what's the best part of being on tour?
Playing the songs to people and seeing them enjoy what we're doing and singing back, or just random moments that you see. If somebody just looks at somebody and because then the song kind of maybe reminds them of something and you can almost see it.
And people have come back, and you build up a certain rapport of friendship with certain people, and it's really nice to kind of see what's been going on in their lives, because I don't know, it's nice to meet new people, nice to kind of not expand your friend groups, and not necessarily you wouldn't give them a ring and like chat with them for hours or anything, but it's nice to have acquaintances.
When you see familiar faces, it does make you feel a little bit closer to home as well, because you can kind of have a mundane conversation with somebody that's got nothing to do with being in a band. It's just about what you've been up to and how's the family.
Right, yeah. I mean, you guys are like really cool. You're just sitting right there next to me, and it just doesn't seem. All right. Anyways, it was nice speaking to you guys, and
Alright.
we're just gonna close this thing here.
Yeah,
All right. So this is Kay, and I'm with the Little Comets, and we're yet to see them perform. So,
By the way, yeah. See you then.
Done.